How's it going? Welcome back to another great video with the majestic host, the Savior. And no, we are not going to summon Cthulhu in this video, okay? I know the lighting might suggest otherwise, but don't worry. This is a safe space for all modern audiences. Don't be alarmed, okay? My content is perfectly advertiser friendly and family friendly. Back when strong women were actually cool. Do you remember that? Don't shoot her in the pussy. That's not nice. Oh, they did it anyway. Today we're going to be taking a look at Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. So I'm going to be giving you the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection review and basically tell you everything that you need to know about this game. Basically, is Metal Gear Solid the Master Collection worth it, or is it just another cash grab? Let's think. Well, how old is this game, and where can you play it? You know, the thing is, it's pretty sad because most games that are good are actually old. Let's be real, okay? But sadly, you can't really play these games anymore because unless if you own an older console, so companies see this as a brilliant way to basically, you know, make some moolah, make some extra money by basically reselling, repackaging the same game to you over and over again. And yes, I don't like it, and I do think it is a bit of a cash grab, but that's all I really have to say about that. You know, don't worry, I'm not going to crucify you if you get this. Don't worry, if you buy Metal Gear Solid, the collection, I don't think you're as bad as someone, for example, who is cheering on Palestine or something like that. So have no fear, okay? You're not in trouble yet, but I do think that we shouldn't encourage this type of behavior because this is a very, you know, disingenuous way to actually give older games back to the fans. Again, you could emulate it, not that I'm suggesting that you do, but I'm just saying it's just sad that we don't get a way to bring back older games to newer consoles without it feeling like a goddamn price gouge, because that's basically what it is. Because if you played this before, it's pretty much the same thing, but it's now a HD remaster. And so I'm going to tell you exactly what this is because you might be a little bit surprised. This is not a remake, this is not even a remaster, it's not a new game. This is actually an old game repackaged from an old game. Basically, this is an old game that's been repackaged and then it was re-released as a HD collection, and then it's now being repackaged again and shipped over to Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. So basically, it's actually the same game that you've played, but it's not, you know, anything updated. It's not a 2023 update or anything like that. It's not a Metal Gear 2023 update. It's literally the same game, which is fine because you want to play it on new consoles. That's why you're interested in it. But it's not even a new remake or remaster for this year. It's literally the same repackaged HD collection. Just so you know, so you don't get it twisted, so you don't go in and, you know, expecting something a little bit more tasty. You know, it's not going to be 4K or anything like that. There's not going to be shiny new textures or anything like that. It's simply just a HD collection of all of the games. But this is actually a very good deal if you've never played the games, okay? This is the perfect time to get in. So for new players, this is literally the best package, I would say. And if you basically have only played one or two of them, well, now you get all of them together. Usually I would be ranting and raving because I really don't like it when companies and corporations just try and take the consumers for, you know, a complete price hike, and, you know, they treat the consumers like dum-dums, and let's be honest, a lot of consumers are dum-dums. But actually here, the Master Collection does actually offer quite a good deal because you do get added content. So if you don't know anything about Metal Gear, just a quick rundown. Of course, they are fantastic games. They basically built up the stealth genre, and the storyline in Metal Gear is a complicated one, but it's a very interesting one, and it's got a dedicated fan base for a reason. They've always been innovative with their gameplay, and this is basically the games that created, you know, all of it. Oh, yeah, that's kinky. Sorry, I was just doing research. I do hope you enjoy this Metal Gear Solid Master Collection review, and that you do subscribe if you're new, which is pretty likely. So do subscribe, it takes 2 seconds. It means absolutely everything to me. It takes 2 seconds, really, and yeah, I won't disappoint you. I work super hard on my content. If you want to join a channel with a wide range of different content, from gaming content to philosophical videos and video essays. Join the Wise Boy community and don't be a dum-dum, don't be left behind, be enlightened and join us. So in this package of the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection, you actually get 2 retro games, and like I said, you also do get the NES version, which is a completely different version to the other Metal Gear Solid games, and basically they are so different that they are basically, you know, just retconned, and they aren't even part of the story exactly because they're just so crazy, but they're bundled in here. You also get the extra side missions and side content, you know, like these special missions, and basically these range from training based missions, but also some of them actually are kind of side objectives, side stories. Another positive here is you get Snake's Revenge, which is pretty cool. That's a nice little morsel that you can slurp up on that nostalgia. And you do get the soundtrack, okay, which is cool. That's cool. As a music producer, by the way, go check out my music on Spotify. You won't regret it. But if you like cyberpunk synth music, electronic music of the highest quality, go check out my music on Spotify. But saying that, you know, you can listen to the Metal Gear Solid soundtrack just by listening to it on YouTube or anything like that. It would be nice if you got a physical, like, CD. Wow, I sound like a boomer. And it is 1080p at 60 FPS, which isn't that groundbreaking considering the original games were at 60 FPS anyway, but still it's nice, and they are HD and they will upscale. But on the Switch, which is completely ridiculous, the Nintendo Switch, and basically I'm primarily doing this Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Switch review because that's what I'm interested in, is actually playing this on the Switch. That's the whole point, to have them handhold, if you ask me. That's what makes this worth getting. But for some god knows reason, they are at 30 FPS, which makes zero goddamn sense considering how old these games are and how you can get, you know, other games that look way better on the Switch to run at 60 FPS. I mean, that just shows you that it was a little bit of a lazy kind of port, which is a little bit annoying, and yeah, that's pretty sad. But yeah, there you go, it's going to be at 30 FPS. And I'm not really going to review the game. I mean, these games are as old as time, and they are classics for a reason. They are very good, but I'm not going to really talk about that. But what I will finally end this video on is you don't get anything physical. And I just want to talk about that for a second because I love, you know, physical shit when it comes to do with gaming. I love, you know, art books, for example, with Dark Souls. You know, I've got that as a collection. Only that really because that's my favorite game. But I do like getting physical stuff with games, okay? And I really miss the days of the PlayStation 2, you know, and even earlier, and actually after it was going downhill a little bit, but you still did get physical stuff, game guides and stuff like that, which you can still get. But it used to be you got a game and it came with a thick, juicy manual or even a map for free. You didn't have to actually, you know, shit out a golden egg and give it to the developers for a goddamn plastic map that they, you know, charge you for now with these limited edition special pre-order fanboy edition. No, you just got it for free when you actually bought it, the game, you know, the base game. And it's just a shame that these collections, if you're trying to sell nostalgia, if you're trying to repackage something, why don't you make it a physical thing? Why don't you give the fans what they want? You know, some kind of, you know, art collection book, or perhaps a little book on the history of Metal Gear Solid, something like that, or a little item. That would make this way more worth it. And I just really don't like the fact that we don't get anything physical in gaming anymore. Everything's just digital. It makes it all feel very unpersonalized and sterile. But at the end of the day, is Metal Gear Solid, the Master Collection, worth it? Should you buy it? Well, that all depends on how much of a massive fan you are of Metal Gear Solid. If you've ever played it before, if you haven't, then this is a good time to try it out. Is it a bit of a price gouge? Yes, a little bit. Is it a little bit of a ripoff? Yes, perhaps. But it's pretty difficult to play these games anywhere else now, and if you want it on the go, then yeah, this is a pretty good deal. But you do have to think about it carefully, because at the end of the day, if we keep supporting this kind of practice, then it just sends a message that basically, you know, you can repackage the same shit and just ship it off to the consumers and they'll buy it without any questions. I do think this is better than most packages, so it is worth it, but it is a fine line, and I know most people don't care or value their money or time when it comes to just buying the hottest new thing, but it's something to think about because, you know, if you've already played this, do we really need to, this isn't the best way to bring it back, in my opinion. That's what I'm trying to say, because, you know, to give it justice, to honor the old fans, it just, you know, it's done by design, you know, that they know that you can't play this as easily anymore. There should be a way just to bring back these games to newer platforms without a massive price hike, in my opinion. So yeah, my conclusion for the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection review is, if you've never played it before, this is, you know, a buy, I would say. But if not, then maybe think about it. And that's really all there is to it. I do hope you enjoyed this little video. It wasn't a big one. It was just something I just thought I would cover and update, because it's something that most people won't be honest about, and they'll just tell you to get it. It's a brand new item, consume. But yeah, just think about it. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.